With time flying by at a ridiculous rate, it's easy to forget what made gaming special for us in the first place. As kids, we were most inspired by the games that allowed us to explore new worlds and leave behind our cares and worries that came with experiencing changes that were outside of our control. In today's list, we're going to talk 10 games that brought out the kid in us, playing out our childhood fantasies where robotic dinosaurs and swashbuckling pirates come to life in action-packed battles and adventures. Now, this list isn't in any particular order, but if you'd like to make any changes, let me know in the comments down below. Let's jump right in with it. Number 10, Primal Carnage. I mean, come on, what kid doesn't love dinosaurs? At the time when these carnivorous behemoths ruled the earth, the circle of life was a bloody battle between nature's hungriest killing machines. And after a brief hiatus of a few million years, these monsters are resurrected to claim dominion over man whose only defense includes machine guns and flamethrowers. As you can imagine, conflict ensues with the head of the food chain clashing in the jungles of a mysterious island. So guys, I found Primal Carnage in the backlots of Steam. At the time, it had a pretty decent following. At least there were more matches than there are now. I loved it for the same reason everyone else did. It was campy as hell, from the voice acting to the plot, making you feel like you're in one of those cheap sci-fi channel movies. What set this title off was being able to play as either a mercenary hunter or one of several man-eating dinosaurs in a giant arena matches with pretty creative maps. With all of its issues, the game wasn't winning any awards anytime soon, but it made pastimes such as being a pterodactyl and dropping hunters from hundreds of feet in the air some of the most fun I've ever had while gaming. Number 9, Transformers: Fall of Cybertron. Fall of Cybertron opens up the world of Transformers, introducing us to the living planet of Cybertron, where a war is waged between Autobots and Decepticons. High Moon Studios delivers in giving us a world where it feels like a kid's imagination comes to being. Everything you love about playing as a man-eating dinosaur is taken up a notch in Fall of Cybertron. Here, not only will you play as a badass dinosaur, you play as a badass robotic, fire-breathing dinosaur, pretty much every 12-year-old's dream. Now guys, dinosaurs aren't the overlying theme of this video, I swear, but playing as characters like Grimlock and mowing down waves of Decepticons as the unstoppable T-Rex takes the cake as one of the most thrilling, over-the-top experiences a man-child can have. Let's mix things up a bit with number 8, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed is basically the quintessential power fantasy of anyone who ever dreamed of allying themselves with the dark side of the Force. As Starkiller, yes, that's your character's name, as if he wasn't badass enough, you'll trek the galaxy doing the bidding of Darth Vader himself, hunting down Jedi and wiping out droves of rebels and stormtroopers alike. If you ever wondered what it was like to be a one-man army pulling down starships from the sky or shooting bolts of lightning out of your fingertips, it's about as awesome as we had thought it would be when we were back when we were just standing on top of our beds, swinging our plastic lightsabers at imaginary foes. Number 7, Command & Conquer: Red Alert 3. Within a globe plunged into a third world war, you are tasked to take command of technologically advanced nations where time travel has altered history as we know it, culminating in a war between the Soviet Union, the Allies, and the Empire of the Rising Sun. As kids, we all had that game that's not the easiest to explain if someone walked in on us. While scantily clad female generals and over-the-top communist dictators are no more the uncommon to any experienced gamer, it was its wacky plot, ridiculous characters, explosive art style, and fun strategic gameplay that drew the kid in us in. While strategy games aren't really my cup of tea, I always come back to Red Alert 3 a few times in a year to have a laugh or two and get a quick hit of nostalgia. Number 6, Titanfall 2. Piloting a giant gun-toting mech suit is on the bucket list of every kid of the 21st century, even if they don't realize it yet. Titanfall 2 enlists you and your Titan in a sci-fi war of the future where artificial intelligence form bonds between man and machine. Unbeknownst to many, Titanfall 2 featured one of the best shooter campaigns to date, with unique traversal mechanics that encouraged high-speed gameplay, making for multiplayer matches that were as fast-paced and action-packed as a solo mission. Don't be scared off by the EA branding like I was. This is one of their underrated gems. Giant robots with itchy trigger fingers is a pretty hard theme to screw up, especially for a big kid like me with his head in the sky. Number 5, Assassin's Creed: Black Flag. Next to Fireman, police officer, or astronaut, a kid's number one job, ironically, is to become a pirate. What they don't tell you about piracy is that it has the worst health benefits, with most of your careers in piracy only lasting 2 to 3 years before you succumb to either illness or battle wounds. If it weren't for games like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, we never know how much fun it is to sail the seven seas, looting islands, taking on fleets of mariner vessels with barrages of cannon fire, all the while answering to no one but the tumultuous seas. In this title, you'll take on the role of Edward Kenway, a wannabe pirate with memories that are the key to unlocking a conspiracy centuries in the making. Assassin's Creed has been an elusive series to me. Before digging into Black Flag, I wasn't sure how the whole memory time travel thing was supposed to work, and while the series as a whole hadn't garnered too much interest from me, Black Flag as a standalone title was boatloads of fun for the time I did spend with it. It's probably one of the best experiences you could get playing as a pirate, and while the story is a little shaky, the exploration and combat make up for what it lacks in feasibility and historical accuracy. Number 4, Burnout Paradise. I have fond memories of taking all of my Hot Wheels collection, lining them up on the floor and smashing them into each other while making explosion noises with my mouth. That's just about the gist of Burnout Paradise. You're dropped into a massive Paradise City where you're free to explore unique locations and collect vehicles as you complete objectives to raise the status of your driver's license. On paper, it seems pretty straightforward, but the challenge comes in navigating the city during races where all paths are open to you, and it's your job to choose the fastest one. Choosing the right vehicle for the event is also critical, but as your collection grows, you'll have more freedom as to what events you participate in. While sprints and time trials across the open world are fun and all, where this game truly shines is where you're rewarded for using your vehicle as a freaking battering ram, running collectible vehicles off the road, sideswiping other racers, and busting through gated properties for a shortcut. Just how any kid would imagine it would be if they got your first driver's license. Number 3, Super Smash Bros. I'd be sinning if I didn't include at least one title from the Nintendo lineup. Without a doubt, Nintendo dominated most of our childhoods. From Donkey Kong to Star Fox and Zelda to GoldenEye, it's hard to just pick one title that embodies what we feel for the brand. While it would be easy to pick, say, Super Mario 64 because it was so revolutionary, or say Mario Kart because it's a blast. And again, this list isn't written in stone and it's not necessarily in any order, but I think this was a fair pick still. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is my next pick because I don't care how old you are, this game will have you kicking and screaming like a little brat. I'll be honest, for me, it was more fun to watch than play. Of the titles on this list, Smash Bros. Next to Black Flag is a game I wish I had spent more time with and knew more about technically. That said, it's not hard to understand. It's a game filled with both your Nintendo favorites and also a baker's dozen of gaming's most obscure characters, duking it out on a variety of stages from worlds all across popular gaming culture. Because of its universal appeal, Smash Bros. Is a great title to play amongst friends and family, while its challenging, exciting gameplay keeps adults and kids alike coming back for more. Number 2, Batman, Arkham City. What do we love so much about the world's greatest detective? Is it his money, his badass tech, or is it the fact that he's just a regular guy? For the kid in us, Batman is just about the only superhero we could truly aspire to be. He didn't come from another planet. He wasn't ordained with some ring, amulet, or magic. He wasn't exactly a super soldier. He was just Bruce Wayne, a regular guy. Well, a regular billionaire ninja, genius playboy guy. Nonetheless, he was relatable. Arkham City puts you behind the cape and cowl of the Dark Knight in his prime, unraveling the mystery of a genocidal Hugo Strange and other menagerie of notorious Batman villains that press Batman to his limits. Everything here just works. Voice acting, the atmosphere, the music, the characters, the combat that turns you into a one-man ass-kicking machine, all culminating in an authentic Batman experience that draws in fans of all ages. Now, even though this list isn't in any particular order, I had to put my favorite at number 1, SpiderMan. Probably one of the best superhero games of all time, Insomniac's Spider-Man delivers and makes you feel unstoppable and vulnerable at the same time as you step into the shoes of Peter Parker as he battles some of the most iconic villains in comic book history. While Spider-Man has had his fair share of titles sprinkled throughout our childhoods, never before have we seen such love put into the experience, where you could put in dozens of hours just swinging through a living, breathing New York and finding plenty to do as you collect materials that will upgrade your suit, combat abilities, take stylized photographs, and stop petty crimes to keep your hometown safe. While I never was quite thin enough to sport the Spidey attire, as a kid I could always learn from Peter's will to do the right thing and help others even when he wasn't using his super abilities. Without a doubt, this has been one of my favorite lists to put together. What do you think? Would you add or take away anything from this list of games for the kid in us? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more tech and gaming content coming at you straight from the Polyverse. Thanks again for watching. I've been CubeStick and Godspeed your return.